Hey, for the people checking in here, our reporter Lisa Roberson's been on this story, and I believe from the beginning. This began several years ago. What I'll try to do is, at some point, I'll get her to kind of give you the kind of the backstory and everything to catch everybody up to speed who hasn't read the story yet. Yeah, you know, I'm just kind of seeing a couple of comments as we go through the feed here about us being here. Just to make it clear, this isn't something where we just showed up to do this. This is very much with the family's approval. They basically want people to see what's happening. Do you mind? We're live right now. I'm with the Chronicle Telegram. If you could tell everybody who you are.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm David Leopold, and I'm the attorney. I represent the family. I represent Mr. Hernandez-Ramirez.
So, where are you at on this? How are your feelings as this has been developing?
My feelings are that you know, at some level, we all need to show compassion. And if this case is a case where ICE cannot show compassion for a family, for a man who is severely disabled with cerebral palsy, who needs his father, what case is there? What has this country become? We have people living in Cleveland in churches. We have families being torn apart in front of our eyes. And yet, you know what? People can say illegal is illegal and all that easy stuff. Well, let me tell you something. When Rosa Parks in Alabama refused to sit in the back of the bus, that was illegal too. And this is about who we are as a country. This is about where we're going. This is about where we've been. Is this what we want to be? A country that splits apart families? A country that takes a caregiver away from a man with cerebral palsy? I guess these are questions people have to ask themselves. And, you know, this does not do anything for border security. It does not do anything to make our streets safer. This is coming from the same president that stands up for white supremacy and stands up for neo-Nazis. It's shameful.
Okay. Thank you. I see they've moved over, so I want to let you get with them. Thank you, Mr. Leopold.
Brandon. We from Channel 3's Chronicle came out and talked to you guys yesterday. If you don't mind, we're just showing up, so if we could just talk to you for just a moment, that would be great. Is that okay?
Do we talk to you then? Is that if I put a mic on you, we talk to you? Yeah, that's fine. You can just put this.
You can just flip it right up here. Obviously, right now, I know there's a lot of emotion in this situation. Tell me, what are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling this. The pain of this is going to be on a lot for other people if they don't do something soon with immigration reform. This is nonsense. This could be forbidden. There's nothing good coming out of this. And unfortunately, our rights are being destroyed. And I know many are going to follow if they're going through anything with immigration. I just pray that soon something's done and do some kind of pathway to citizenship or some kind of reform of immigration.
If you were able to talk to government officials right now,
We almost got to the American dream. We seen the finish line but didn't get across it. They failed us. And they're losing a good man in this country.
have you been able to think about
No, I haven't got that far. All I can think is I just want him to get there safe first. It hasn't dawned on me yet because it's going way too fast. And I'll cross the bridge when I get to it. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, God. Oh. Padre Dios. Oh, God. David. David, with all respect, thank you, David. Oh. Thank you, David. Even in our family. And this may not help my family, but I hope it opens the eyes for the officials so another family doesn't pass this thing. But unfortunately, if my wasting insensitivity to the immigration issues, I'm afraid there's going to be no compassion for nobody. With all respect, David, thank you.
You guys are the ones with courage.
No, you're fine, you're fine.
What else?
David, do you know what gate we go to? It's still over there. You're there, right?
I got that. No, the gate.
No puedo porque yo no puedo regresar a la casa con él, porque él levanta. Entonces yo consigo que tiene que dar en la casa, aunque se me con la enfermera.
As you can see, this situation has brought out the emotions in so many people. A woman stopped when she was in her work here at Cleveland Hopkins Airport to hug Pedro Hernandez and talk to his family, to express her support and sympathies as he's getting ready to be deported. It's been a hard day here. So many emotions, so many people, so many comments and concerns, so many questions. But at the end of the day, you see Pedro here, getting ready to leave his family.
But you know what? I didn't want it to go. I was thinking maybe somebody somewhere can get to somebody. No. It's not gonna.
Sure.
And you know what? Once Pedro's gone, they have nobody else to bully on, so who are they going to bully next? You know, he's an easy target. Knock on the door. He answered it. No, we are.
Copy that. Thomas, I will meet you in the boat in about 3 minutes. I gotta take care of one other video and I'll be down there.
She's considering. She's the aunt of my son, Juan. She's Juan's biological family. And she's crying over Pedro leaving us. And that's... document. That's good. That's great. I understand they got to do their jobs. They got to do their jobs, you know. They got to do what they get paid for.
Let me ask you, Celeste, would you be able to do a live interview with me, maybe a 15 to 20 second, 30 second soundbite?
Oh yeah, I'll be available. I got the rest of my life to figure this out.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Come on over.
Okay,
We'll do it live.
Excuse me.
And then I'll
Jody, I want to talk to Celeste, his wife, live. Is that okay with you? Okay. So I guess we got good video here, him sitting there, we got to talk to his wife. So if you don't mind, we'll just scrap the video and just go all live. If that's cool with you. Yes. Yes, she's speaking. Live with
It's Hernandez-Ramirez for him. Celeste.
Good afternoon, folks. This is a sad day for I understand here right now with Celeste Hernandez, is the wife of Pedro Hernandez-Ramirez.
I got mixed emotions. I go from being stuck to sad to happy.
Maybe can we speak with you for a little bit? I understand this is one story here, this Hernandez family, but in your work as an immigration attorney, can you let people know what is going on beyond this family and how can people help? What can they do?
Well, what's going on beyond this family is the Trump administration is trying to round up whoever they can with a focus on people of color, Latinos, Muslims, people from immigrants from Africa. Don't kid yourself. This is an extension of what we saw in Charlottesville. It's an extension of the Muslim ban, the brazen racism, and anti-minority philosophy that's coming out of this administration. And, you know, there's the law, and people shout, well, you know, illegal is illegal, and that sort of thing.
Absolutely. So speak a little bit. They say he should have followed the law. He must be a felon.
And you
he
know
must
who else should
be
have
a
followed the
criminal.
law? Rosa Parks broke the law when she refused to sit in the back of the bus. Sometimes the law is wrong. Sometimes the law doesn't work. Sometimes the law is unjust, and that's what we have going on here. What justice tears a man away from his family? What justice tears a caregiver away from a man with cerebral palsy who's bedridden and chair-ridden and needs transfers and adult assistance 24/7? Where is the compassion? The law has compassion in it. They can show compassion, but they're refusing to do so.
And I understand they've done that years prior when he's received these stays and he's been allowed to stay with special circumstances. What is different now?
What's different now is you've got a mean-spirited policy run by doctrinaire, anti-immigrant people who, many of whom hail from hate groups. And I can be very specific about that. You've got Stephen Miller, who learned his trade in hate from Jeff Sessions, the Attorney General. You've got Jeff Sessions, the Attorney General, who took his immigration philosophy from a group called FAIR, the Federation for American Immigration Reform, and their information from a group called Center for Immigration Studies. And these are groups that have been designated hate groups by the Southern Poverty Law Center.
Do you think we finally reached a turning point in the country where we will start having conversations about how to fix immigration?
I'm hopeful that we at some point will. Yeah, I think so. Look, the president, beyond the Hernandez family, is trying to throw out dreamers. I mean, trying to throw out people who don't know any other country. This just goes on and on. The injustice doesn't stop. And I'm hopeful that we'll reach that point. At some point, people have to realize that the president is incompetent, and that the people who he has running immigration are doctrinaire anti-immigrant people who hail from some of the most notorious anti-immigration groups in the country. This has got to stop.
And finally, what do you say to your client who put their faith in you to help them stay in this country?
What can I say? I mean, I'm embarrassed for our country today. I'm embarrassed that in Cleveland, Ohio, in 2017, we've got a woman living in a church who's taken sanctuary in Cleveland Heights. I'm embarrassed that this country would somehow think it's right to tear apart yet another family.
Thank you so much.
I promise I'll be quicker. Do you mind doing that? Sure. Okay, appreciate it.
How are you doing?
Right, but he just knows that it's something's just wrong. Right? Oh, totally. Sure. Yeah. Who's going to be?
Why, guys? Please tell me why. This makes
He's been doing some great work on this.
He has.
It's good.
You're the one who worked in Toledo? You never did that? Can I get a picture with you guys?
If our government had some compassion for our people, then we wouldn't be going through this. But I don't think give somebody your phone to take a picture of.
Oh,
Who wants to be? Bebé, Louis. You can hold it wherever. But leave mine in my
Save it. I want to talk to you.
Oh, I thought you wanted me to.
I'm going to get out of her shot. Come up here. You're here we go.
Oh, what do we want?
Right here. Oh, okay. All right. Talk to me, David, about this situation. What happened? Why is it happening?
Well, it's happening because ICE is trying to deport everybody.
The family just wants a little bit of time alone. They're going to just go up here for a few minutes. Is that okay? And I'm not asking you to.
It's fine.
Right? He pays his taxes, shows up, he's working legally, he's married, he's got a home. Serious calls. You know, and this gets their numbers up. The problem with this is and you know, people say to me, well, he's here now. You know what? Rosa Parks, she used to sit in the back of the bus, 60 miles. That was also so sometimes the laws are wrong. Sometimes the laws are right. Sometimes the laws are just. Sometimes the laws are just. This law keeps coming. This law destroys. And it's like, what? Under what law is it just? We're living in the year 2017. I never expected that we would have a building in the basement of the church. That we would be at the airport seeing families being torn apart in front of our eyes. About who we are, there was a statement by 3 years ago. The party was
So the family is going off right now to spend a little bit of time alone before he has to get ready to head down the concourse.
Well, we know from the past several months of experience that the president lies, and that falsehoods are his trade. So we can't believe a word from this president. That's true. Yeah.
Okay, everybody, I'll tell you what we're going to do for now. We're going to just go ahead and discontinue the feed for the next little bit, and we will definitely be back as this sad drama unfolds. So just keep an eye on the Facebook page, and maybe you can set your notifications, and we'll be back with a live feed shortly. Thank you so much for tuning in today.